The semi-finals kick off tonight with Paris Saint-Germain and Leipzig facing off at the Estadio Esporte Lisboa e Benfica. In the 11th minute, Neymar charged with the ball towards Leipzig's penalty area only to be knocked down by Leipzig's lineman. This of course instigated a free kick for Paris Saint-Germain's advantage, which Di Maria took, kicking the ball towards the penalty area for Marquinhos to meet with a headshot to finish off Paris Saint-Germain's first goal within the match. Marquinhos had moved in an impressive way by moving past the Leipzig's defense to meet the ball with the headshot to finish off the Paris Saint-Germain's first goal of the match, in my opinion. Near the end of the first half, Leipzig goalkeeper Gulacsi tried to make a pass to one of the players, but Neymar managed to regain the ball, kick the ball towards the penalty area where he seemed to be aiming towards Velasco, but in actuality he was targeting Di Maria, who was making his way towards Leipzig's penalty area. This of course showcases the amount of skill Neymar has in making impressive passes like this by fake passing it to Velasco, only for it to be meant for Di Maria. Di Maria, of course, managed to gain the ball in the penalty area and finish off Paris Saint-Germain's second goal within the match. Overall, Paris Saint-Germain in the first half knew the threat they were up against, which is why they played a good game with their pressure in the midfield through Herrera, Marquinhos, and Paredes throughout their impressive passes. In addition, Mbappe worked well with Neymar and Di Maria in the first half by forming so many good offensive attempts through his passes to these two players. This, of course, confused the Leipzig defense whenever these three were charging with the ball towards them. It is also worth mentioning that the previously mentioned trio Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria on Leipzig's turf posed very formidable pressure on Leipzig's players within the turf by preventing the ball moving and trying as much as possible to keep the ball within the turf and preventing it from going as far as to the halfway line. Due, of course, to all of the previously mentioned tactics, Paris Saint-Germain were able to maintain the most control of the ball, not give Leipzig that many spaces, even though Leipzig did manage to put in that much offense and make their way a few times into Paris Saint-Germain's turf, but Paris Saint-Germain managed to regain the ball from them on many occasions, and finally, Paris Saint-Germain managed to put in the most offense within the first half. In the beginning of the second half, Di Maria charged with the ball, made an assist to Neymar, who took the shot that Gulacsi blocked, and Herrera managed to gain. However, Leipzig's Mukale on his tail managed to gain the ball, but due to Herrera's pressure, Mukale fell, losing the ball that Di Maria managed to regain and shoot towards the penalty area, only for Velasco to finish off Paris Saint-Germain's third goal within the match with a headshot. The goal was a bit questionable, as Velasquez seemed to be offside when taking the headshot, but VAR deemed it to be legal. The match ended with a 3-0 victory for Paris Saint-Germain over Leipzig. Paris Saint-Germain, in the second half, continued with their pressure, where they continued to reduce distances between themselves within the midfield, not giving Leipzig many opportunities to make their way into PSG's turf and maintaining their pressure on them while maintaining their offense on them. Di Maria, who had been absent in the quarterfinal match against Atalanta, assisted with the first and third goals and scored the second in the match. In a post-match interview with Di Maria explained his dissatisfaction with not playing in the quarterfinal match against Atalanta and how happy he was to heavily contribute in launching the team into the Champions League final match. By winning this match, of course, Paris Saint-Germain, for the first time in the club's history, makes it to the Champions League final match. Paris Saint-Germain president Nasser Al-Khelaifi, in a post-match interview, expressed his happiness with how proud he was of the players to write history by making their way to the Champions League final match. He also expressed that it was a dream of his since the acquisition of the club to make it to the finals of the Champions League, as well as him being a lifelong time fan ever since his childhood of the club. He continued by saying that despite the fans of the club being absent, that their hearts are with them and that he owes tonight's victory to all of France. Despite the winner of tomorrow's Lion versus Bayern Munich match not being decided yet, it is highly possible that Bayern Munich will take the victory tomorrow, as odds do to seem not only within their favor to win tomorrow's match, but to also capture this year's Champions League title as a whole. Which begs the question that will Paris Saint-Germain overcome these odds and capture the Champions League title for the first time in the history of the club, the same way they've impressively made it to the final match tonight? That remains to be seen, but until then, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked this video, please drop a like and subscribe. I've been Skeleton Sports, and I will hopefully see you all in tomorrow's Lion vs. Bayern Munich match report.